in Manipur, there is a very disturbing development that has happened. And this is with regard to the IRB personnel's house being set on fire after a clash. Now, who is this IRB personnel? That's the most interesting part of this story. It's a PTI report that's coming. It's trending online. Most of the news portals have also taken up that thing. What it says that with months of unrest still taking time to resolve the northeastern state, the house of an Indian Reserve Battalion IRB personnel was torched by a mob in Manipur's Tobal district on 5th of July. Now, there are reports coming in saying that as per the details, the incident took place at Samram on Tuesday night after a 27-year-old identified as Ronaldo was killed in a clash when 700 to 800 strong mob tried to storm the camp of the 3rd IRB at Wangbal, 4 kilometers, to loot firearms from the police armoury. And the Jawan performed his duty well. Now, this is the Jawan who was targeted, who performed his duty well and did not allow the rioters to loot the police weapons that were stored there. This is what the security officials have said, and added that part of the IRB unit guarding the armoury. On Tuesday, the forces tried to bring the situation under control and used tear gas shells and rubber bullets at first. However, the armed mob opened fire. Now, here is an IRB of, personnel who is doing his duty, who has prevented some of these mobs from laying their hands on a weapon or the weapons that are stored in the armory, and he is targeted. He is targeted for doing his duty to prevent weapons from falling into the wrong hands. And he is being targeted, his house has been set on fire, and the mob has targeted him. This is very shocking because this shows that even security forces are being targeted. And they are being singled out, especially those security personnel who might have to stay in that state, they are being targeted. So, who is creating the cycle of fear? This is one of the issues that we have to in fact take. Who is creating the cycle of fear in Manipur? Because you have targeted a man who was guarding the armory. He's from the IRB unit, and this person was targeted for doing his duty by a mob of 700 to 800 people.
On the other hand, Varghese, it's also important to note that it was day one of the reopening of schools in Manipur. A lot of students did not end up returning back to school. The student turnout was low, but from whatever visuals the agencies did put out, and you can see them on your screens as well, ladies and gentlemen, there was a lot of excitement. So day one, the turnout was low, but the excitement was high. Do you think that's still the right step in the right direction? Yesterday, a lot of people were questioning whether schools should be open in these, in these tumultuous and tenuous times.
Well, the big question over here is that most of the parents would, of course, have to take that big decision whether to go ahead and, get the kids to go to school. But it's also a sign of normalcy returning. Now, the question is, with an attack on a security officer like this, what kind of normalcy are we, in fact, looking at? So there's more to come on the ground when it's crucially about schools as well. And I was telling also, there's another hiccup in this. How would the teachers report? There are teachers in many of these schools who might find it very difficult to report for duty. And here, of course, there are parents who are taking that risk and opening up schools. They are going and dropping their kids off at school. Some kind of resemblance of normalcy is what they are looking at. I think a lot of them are taking that risk as well. Plus, another crucial factor, Kabir, is that the internet ban has been extended in Manipur now. So, internet ban has been extended in Manipur, and we know why. The government has been keeping that ban extending from time to time. It has been extended again and then again. This time it has been extended till July 10th. Is what we understand. The Manipur government on Wednesday said it has extended the suspension of internet service in the state for another 5 days. Now, you know what I mean. One of the things that they're trying to do is to stop any kind of hate campaigns from going in, especially when it comes to use of social media sites, or visuals that would be used over there. So these are some of the issues that are being raised, and that is why they have decided to extend that internet ban again. And a lot of people find it very difficult right now because
they're still saying that there's a lot of bias in this internet ban by the government. They're saying some areas in the valley there is proper internet access. People can still, send messages on social media. On the other hand, in the hill areas and, in the hilly region, there is proper internet ban. There is, you can't really spread information or communicate with one another.
So that's going to be there. I think that is one issue that a lot of them, especially areas where we see this interspersion of these populations, from the different ethnic communities, we are going to see that being enforced, a lot of blockades being pushed. But this is the crucial step that they have taken. But extending it for such a long time is affecting the productivity of people who want to work. It's affecting communication. So that is why we have the government, in fact, setting up a panel as well, because the court had asked it to set up a panel to understand whether internet ban can be lifted or not. But because of these cycles of violence that is continuing and the security forces also facing the difficulties associated with it, I think the government is still going with this internet ban.
Well, certainly. And also yesterday, Rahul Gandhi put out that YouTube video of his. It was a proper packaged, production piece of his visit to Manipur. Some really heartbreaking moments in there as well. Now, several people have taken to, the social media and said that Modi ji should take cue from Rahul Gandhi and visit the violence hit state of Manipur. The Congress has come out saying that, this is what you should do. There's a little healing touch. A lot of people on that particular video, commenting, saying that action speak louder than words. Just the fact that Rahul Gandhi, went there, hugged a couple of people, heard them out. They began crying, thumping their chest, and Rahul Gandhi tried to console them. And everybody in the comment section also knew that, essentially Rahul Gandhi can't really fix the problem. But the idea that he stepped down there, with a humane approach, he hugged the people of Manipur, thanked them for, welcoming him. That I think it certainly has gone a long way.
Well, it has gone
in the psyche
a
of
long
the
way,
common
especially
people.
with the what we call as the healing touch factor. It has worked, but then again, there was politics on the ground as well. So it's not, it is not that easy to see that visit in a way that it has no politics. But of course, the visit to the camps have in fact generated that kind of goodwill that it was supposed to generate. But will it bring the actual kind of a peace that we are looking for? Well, that we'll have to wait and watch, Kabir.